The Flash fans. I'm Leanna Aguilera coming at you live right now with the one, the only Jessica Parker Kennedy.
There's probably another one somewhere.
No, you're the only one that matters.
Sure.
We are going to be dishing all about The Flash's 5th season, which is coming up soon, October 9th.
Yeah, very soon.
How crazy is that?
It's kind of a little bit nerve-wracking. Yeah. I had an interviewer at Comic-Con say to me, "Are you ready for all of the scrutiny?" And I thought he was going to say, like, "Are you ready for all the, like, fun stuff?" And he was like, "Are you ready for all the scrutiny?" And I was like, yes. So there's a little bit of fear, I guess, that, like, fans won't be stoked. But I think for the most part they are.
Poo-poo on that person for phrasing it like that. Like, how about, like, are you ready to have some fun or be on, in my opinion, the best CW super show that they have?
He meant that, but it was like that, comma, and all of the scrutiny. But it was a kind of a weird question. I haven't been thinking about it constantly since then. It's fine.
Well, I'm going to be asking you some fun questions. We're going to go through like a lightning round of questions right now. And for all you fans who are watching, send in your questions in the comments below. I'm getting them on my iPad. I will pass them along to Jessica. But we've got to just jump right into it.
Yeah.
You are now in the middle of episode 7.
Yes.
How's it been so far?
So fun. It's the hardest work I've ever done in my life, which is great. I play a lot of supporting characters, and technically I'm a supporting character on this as well. But the first few episodes, because they're establishing all my stuff, my plot and all of that, and who Nora is, I've been there for 14 hours a day every single day. So it's really nice. But it's really nice because I have a job, and that's awesome, and I love my job. But I'm just a little bit tired.
You're just a little tired.
A little bit tired.
Well, the Flash fam has been there. This is their 5th year. Yeah. What pieces of advice have the cast members been giving you as you adjust to this new full-time schedule and life up in Vancouver?
They've given me no advice whatsoever. They've welcomed me with open arms. I feel like I
know Danielle probably gave you a welcome packet.
Danielle gives me, you know what? That girl is the most organized woman in the world. If she ever decides to become a mama, she is going to be the girl that in her bag is everything you could ever need ever. Snacks, tissues, baby wipes, like emergency kit. So she's really good with all the like technical stuff. Like remember when she gave me all of like the statutory holidays right away so I could book my flights home early, that kind of stuff. And she like gets sneaky schedules early and stuff like that. She says she's very good at reading upside down when trying to look at the schedules of like the next episodes and figuring out what's going on and like scripts and stuff. So she's a sneaky little cat. Yeah. Nice. So I go to her for all my info.
We are starting to get in some fan questions, so keep them coming, but I've got a couple more of my own. Let's just jump right into the storyline of it all. My first question is, we discovered at Comic-Con, I had the pleasure and honor of moderating your panel.
Yeah, you were so good at it.
I appreciate
you were
you saying
so good
that.
at it.
It was just such a fun time. But we discovered on that panel that it seems like there's going to be a little bit of, I don't want to say tension between Nora and Iris, but there's some kind of disconnect that we're not quite sure how to put our finger on it. How would you describe it?
It's tension, and it's more on my part. I think Iris, as my mom, is just like trying to bond with me, but I'm just so dad all the time, not super interested in my mom, and we'll get to the bottom of why that's happening. But yeah, there's a bit of a like, it's so hard to play because Candace and I like each other so much, and we just have done so many scenes now where we're just sort of like, when can I just be like, Mommy, I love you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. Every family has a awkward dynamic, and there's, you know, and they're just figuring theirs out, and hopefully it all gets sorted.
Are you playing that tension as if it's a little bit more like she doesn't want to get too close, or tension as if there might be something hidden, like she's mad at her?
There's always something hidden in these shows. We're hiding everything.
And it's my job to try and get those little nuggets out.
Yeah.
What is Nora's official last name? Is it Allen or West Allen?
It's West Allen with a hyphen.
Oh. Nice.
Yes.
I'm glad that you know that.
Yes. I know that because I did it wrong at Comic-Con and Instagrammed all about it. I was like, my name is Nora Allen West, and then I got in big trouble for that. So
West Allen, such an iconic combo, though.
Yes,
so at least now you know.
Now I know.
When we started getting the little snippets and seeing you before we really knew that you were Nora, a lot of fans picked up on different scenes with different characters. In the scene with Wells and Caitlin, when you spilled the drink on Caitlin, they were picking up on almost like a frosty tension. How would you describe that scene?
Yeah, that scene was interesting because I think, isn't that the one at the very end? I love that I don't know, where like it does a close-up on me and I'm like smiling, but then I make a serious face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there, I think, you know, all that stuff is put in there as like, yes, little hints and planting little seeds for things that will grow later. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there was definitely something frosty there, but I can't talk about what it was.
When did you know all of this backstory? Because did you know the backstory when you were filming those little snippets, or is it making sense now?
Yeah, so when Todd Helbing asked me to come in and pitch the part to me, he did a general idea of what the part was going to be, and I was like totally on board. And then a couple of months ago I went into the writers room, which is very fun to be able to go there, the actual Flash writers room. It's very cool.
The writers have all the power.
They have all the power.
Yes.
And I visited them all at lunch, and they were all like around this table staring at me while they were all eating, and it was super awkward. And Todd basically just told me the arc of the character over the season, but in like a minute and a half. So I just sort of I know some of it, and I've forgotten other parts of it, but I trying to just, I'll don't worry, I'll have it all like sorted. I'll do my homework by the time we get to it.
Did you actually have to audition for this role, or did you just say, look at my face, I am a clear combination of these two actors?
I had been banging on the doors for months getting, they just called and said, hey, do you want to do this part? It was really cool. I mean, I still audition all the time for stuff, but this was something I didn't have to audition for. So it was Mr. Rappaport, who's an important man, who's very cool. Yeah, it was his idea to like get me in there, so I'm very, very grateful for him.
I'm loving seeing these long locks on you.
Thank you.
They look great. In the little snippets before we knew you were Nora, your hair was long, and then when you introduced yourself, your hair was short.
Yeah, I don't know why they decided to do that. I think it was like a last-minute thing. I think they just wanted something funkier and more futuristic, even though, like, I don't know why short hair has to be futuristic. There's nothing futuristic about my hair on the show. But it was just a last-minute change that they wanted to do, which is great because I don't get to have short hair and much stuff. So it was like it's a very nice change for me. Nice, different energy.
Yeah. We're going to start moving on to your fan questions. You guys are sending in so many great ones. Dee wants to know, will we get any cute scenes of Barry and Iris sharing their history with Nora?
Oh, there's definitely some history sharing. Not necessarily all together, though. There's some, like, I spend a lot of time with my dad on his own and a little bit of time with my mom on her own. That's kind of all I can say. It's not, I'm sorry, that wasn't very interesting.
No, that's good though. But okay, let's be real. You don't want to spoil things for the fans.
Yeah, exactly. It's so sweet because fans always ask for like plot points.
Yeah.
But you're like, but then you'll know the show.
It's like, do you really want them?
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Rue Nation, ooh, good question. Do you have a shortcut for learning some of the sci-fi lingo they used on the show? I don't know if he's referring to the futuristic symbols, but can we talk about that?
Oh, as of right now, I just literally copy whatever the props master has written in the book. I just do it over and over and over because it's very incredibly complicated symbols.
Yeah.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I guess it's like, it's complicated the way like Chinese would look or something like that. So, I've not done my homework for that. Eventually, I hope I can get a little bit of training, and then I can write secret notes to other people who know that language. Who's just
Grant.
It's
just
Grant.
You and Grant.
Yeah.
Will we get to discover a little bit more as to where that kind of coding comes from?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, not yet, but I hope so. Okay. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Fawn wants to know, how is everyone going to react to Nora being in 2018? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's weird for everyone. I had a dream once that I went back in time and met my mom and hung out with her.
Was this before or after Flash?
Way, way before. Like, this happened years ago, and we were in my dream. My mom had like this huge walk-in closet, and we were picking outfits together, and she didn't know I was her daughter from the future. But I think I purposefully didn't tell her because I didn't want her to freak out. So I think they all know, and it's weird for everybody. There's will she mess up the timeline? Like, what do we do with her? Like, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, we've seen from Flashpoint that when you mess up with like any little thing, everything can change in a timeline.
Yeah.
So I know that without getting too technical, and this was a question that I asked like Todd on the panel, is is her coming back in time going to create her own Flashpoint? Do you know much about the mythology of that?
That I don't. I don't know what's going to happen with that sort of stuff. But I assume, for plot's sake, the crazier it gets, the better it will be. So you can assume something nuts will happen. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but probably.
In that final scene, she says, "I think I've made a big mistake." How long do we have to wait before we find out which mistake she's referring to?
You'll find out pretty quick.
In the premiere.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it with all these questions. Sarah Sharp says, please, in all caps, ask Jessica about Nora and Cisco's relationship. So excited for baby Flash and Uncle Cisco. Loved this dynamic since they met in Jitters last season.
Dude, I want to work with Carlos one-on-one so badly. So far, we haven't done that. I've done a bunch of group scenes with everybody, but I think it would be like adorable. I think that their relationship could just be so lovely and funny and quirky and strange and sweet, and I would love to work with him. I just think he's a great actor too, and
he's amazing.
He's hilarious. So yeah, it would be a lot of fun for me.
Are there any other characters besides Barry and Iris that we do get to see you cross paths with quite a bit?
Most of my stuff, to be honest, has been like we've done group stuff. I've done a lot of stuff with Barry, obviously, some stuff with Iris. I have done some stuff with one character specifically, but I don't want to say who because I think it's but it's like very sweet and lovely. And I'm just going to look down right now at my hands.
Maybe Joe West and his grandpa?
Can't say a darn thing.
Maybe.
Don't know.
I did love that fans have already been joking because Grant said at the Comic-Con, no one is to date Nora.
No, yeah. He's forbid it.
He is forbid it.
Yeah.
Could we see Nora have a love interest, or is that even on her radar right now? She's trying to, I assume, fix something in her own timeline.
Yeah, I think the last thing on Nora's mind is that.
Which is refreshing.
Which is refreshing. She's a young lady. I'm sure if someone came along that caught her eye, she would be like, oh, hello. But it's not, it's not in the forefront of what's happening, that's for sure.
Here's a question I want to know. Do you like running?
No. No. Absolutely not. I was traumatized in junior high school. We had to do this drill where we would either run around the school a certain number of times or run around the gym a certain number of times. And I remember thinking as like a 13-year-old girl that I was going to die. So I've been completely traumatized against running. I don't run. I hate running.
What has it been like for you getting the speedster stance down?
You know what? And we've had to run. I thought it was all going to be CGI, but no, there's been takes where, like when we have to do slow-mo, where I actually have to run. And it's...
You do the...
Yeah, Grant's...
It's very specific.
Grant has been the lifesaver because I watch what he does. He metaphorically holds my hand and like shows me how to do everything. I would be nothing without him. I would be a terrible speedster, a terrible superhero. So he's the one that shows me how to do everything. And once you actually get that motion and you know that you're supposed to be this cool superhero, the running is actually easier.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's been a little bit fun. Like I'll admit it. It's not all awful running. It's been kind of fun. Yeah.
Let's talk about your costume.
Yeah.
We have the poster of it if we want to cut to it. What was it like for you putting on that costume, seeing it for the first time? What are your thoughts? I was like, yeah, costume, cool, whatever. And then when I put it on, it was the neatest thing in the entire world. I felt extremely cool. And I was like, oh, this is why everyone's into superheroes, because this is awesome. It's just, they take all your measurements, they measure your toes, they measure everything, and then they make something that fits you perfectly, and you feel really cool in it. So the one thing that's funny is I in my brain, I was like, oh, this is indestructible. But because it's a costume, it's not. And I break or wreck or rip or ruin something pretty much every time I wear it. So there's a lot of upkeep for those costumes. They're like, stop moving, Jessica.
Oh my gosh, so
running.
much upkeep. And like how many times I've like spilled food on it. It's just ridiculous. It's so bad.
Okay, Luke says, will we be told why you have both colors of lightning and your suit looks incredible? That's nice, Luke.
Yeah, you'll find that out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, one of the things that's pretty neat though is that so far in The Flash, we've really just discovered that they are metahumans because of this experiment or because of other things. But it seems like the speedster is a genetic gene that can be passed down. So will we be exploring that genealogy a little bit? So
I'm
gonna ask you you another question you can't answer.
Yeah, great.
Will we see a flash forward to what Nora's life is like in the future?
No. I mean, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done anything like that. That would be so cool. I hope so.
Well, while we're on things that you can't talk about, are you going to be in the crossover?
That I don't know. I was asking that myself because I was like, I started my crossover. I'd like to do it again. Yeah. I certainly hope so, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your super alter ego name, XS. Yeah. Which is so cool.
I know.
Because in the comics, XX is actually Jenny Ognetz, who is Barry Allen's granddaughter.
Yes.
So I like that they're kind of like shaking up the mythology a little bit.
You like it. Some people will not like it.
Well, you know, to each their own.
I'm ready for the scrutiny.
Of course.
Bring it on.
But how would you describe your speedster style, like as XS?
Oh my God, like my style?
Yeah.
Like what kind of style?
Like, but also like, how is she as a hero? Is she like cocky? Is she like still learning?
She's still learning,
yeah.
Right? So she's. I don't want to like give too much away, but other than to say that she's in process. Okay. She's baking. If that makes sense.
No,
you know when you put your makeup on, you put the stuff on afterwards.
Yes.
She's baking. She's like in process. She's working on it.
Because we've seen so many storylines of speedsters learning how to develop their powers. We watched it with Barry. We watched it with Wally and like Jesse Quick as well. So, is it safe to assume that like she knows how to use her powers at this point?
She knows how to use them. I think she's incredibly keen, which, you know, she wants to get in there, be great, you know, and she's may not necessarily be great yet, so she, you know, may need to just like slow down a little bit. She just really wants to make her dad really, really proud. That's her goal. So she, you know, but she's, you know, it says in the trailer, like, my name's Nora Ciscos, I'm the fastest woman alive. So she's, you know, she's got some stuff down for sure. Yeah.
It's so exciting to have this new dynamic come into The Flash. What has the process been like for you just really stepping into this role as you get ready for everyone to really get to know Nora?
A little bit scary. I think I was saying before, like, I just really want the fans to like the character and like what I chose to do with her. I want, and so far everyone's been incredibly positive about it. I just want the season to air so that people can see it and have their opinions about it. I just want, or not to air, I want it to start. I just want to like get going, and also so I can talk more about it. But everyone's been so welcoming. It's been a really easy transition for me coming into it. But yeah, I feel like we're pretty happy so far. I hope so.
I am really worried though, because with her wanting her dad's approval so much, it makes me wonder if her dad is there in her future timeline.
Yeah, people have been asking me that.
Yeah. So,
good question.
How much do you know?
It's just a really good question. It's a great question.
You got this down, girl.
I'm trying.
You got this down.
I'm trying. Tom Cavanaugh said whenever someone asks me something, I'm not allowed to answer. I'm supposed to say, what do you think?
That is such a Tom response.
What do you think? Yeah.
But you're crushing this. This is exciting, though, because we haven't had a full sit-down, just you and I.
Yeah,
and this is going to be the first of many.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this.
No, so this is going to be sensational. Ooh, Denver. Nice question. Denver wants to know, why does Nora's suit have the Speed Force symbols?
He noticed. He or she, Denver, I don't know if gender's boy or girl. That's a really good question that I can't answer, but that's so cool that you've realized that, because I do, yeah.
Is it just all over?
It's like down my middle side and all the way down my legs. Yeah, it's very cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, you can't really see it unless you're close up, so I don't know how they realized that, but that's cool. Unless maybe somehow it shows a close-up in the trailer that I don't remember, but I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, well, the Flash fans notice everything.
Yeah, I know. That's why that's why you're scary. But it's also why you guys are incredible. It's because you notice everything and you're so dedicated and beautiful and wonderful.
What is on Jessica's Flash bucket list? What do you want to do?
I really want an opportunity to have one-on-one scenes with like every cast member. I really, really do, because I love all of them. They're all really good actors. They're all super sweet people. And I'm a greedy actress, so I would like to have time with every single one of them.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see more of the dynamic between Nora and Iris, because you and Candace are so similar just in personalities, just sitting down with you. You're both so lovely and both are very thoughtful with your questions. So what has it been like for you just finding that off-screen bond, even though your on-screen bond is a little bit tense?
I think in a way, when you get along with someone really well, it's easier to play tension because you trust each other. If you're not trusting each other and you're playing tension, I think some directors would think like, oh no, that's better. I want them to like not like each other in real life so it can translate. I've never been that kind of actor. Yeah, we get along like peas and carrots. So it's easy for us. Yeah.
Do you know if there could maybe be siblings out there?
That's also a good question.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that it would be really cool if she had a sister named Dawn, since that's originally the comic daughter. I think that would be neat. But right now I'm just really excited to get to know Nora.
Yeah.
But this is Flash. Who knows? She might have a doppelganger.
Oh my God. Literally anything could happen.
Seriously.
Literally, there could be an episode where like Nora's a cat, or I don't know. It's just anything could happen.
Those bus metas.
Yeah.
Who knows what they can do?
Exactly.
We are starting to run out of time, so keep sending in a couple fan questions as we start to wrap up. Let me see. So, which episode are you most excited for the fans to see?
Oh my God, they all run together for me.
Totally.
Like, Danielle is like the perfect person to ask about this because she's like, in episode 406, blah, blah, blah. They all run together for me. You know what? I love the first episode that we filmed, mostly because that one I can like, because it was the first one, I can like separate it from everything.
Yeah.
Just so much is revealed in that first episode. There's beautiful scenes between me and Barry, which are just really lovely. And Nora still has that like quirky, silly energy that I love to play so much. So for now, that's my favorite app.
Well, and the quirky energy is very Barry in the pilot.
Yeah, which it's funny. It wasn't my intention. I really felt like the writing did that, and then everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're just like Barry," and I was like very relieved. So yeah, I know.
Well, as we wrap it up right here, I see that there's one more fan coming in. But what would you like to say to the Flash fans before you run off on this journey together?
More than anything, honestly, I actually just specifically wanted to talk to the Flash fans, not just the Flash fans, but like also everyone who's, this is like, I'm getting serious,
yes.
who's going through everything with Florence, who's coming in. It's so incredibly scary, and I'm thinking of you and sending you love and positive vibes, and I just am, know that you're just like constantly on my mind right now, and I hope that everything's okay.
That was so sweet.
Yeah, it's scary. It's terrifying.
It's a very terrifying situation right now. So keeping everyone who's in the path of Hurricane Florence in our thoughts right now. Jessica, thank you so much for sitting down with me and letting me pester you with as many Flash questions as I could.
You are never a pester. It is such a joy. I'm the pester because I can never answer them. So
no, but
soon
eventually
there will be more.
As we start to see more, and we're going to come up and visit you on set. We're going to have so much fun. We'll be able to share even more with the Flash fans out there. We've got a couple tricks up our sleeves that are coming up for Flash fans. So
that's great. That's great.
So for all of you guys, please be sure that you tune into the Flash's Season 5 premiere because it's coming our way Tuesday, October 9th on the CW. You can see this lovely lady suit up. Keep it locked to ET Online for more Flash news. And until next time, see you later, guys.
Thank you. Bye, guys.